Hey guys, my name is Giselle and I'm going to show you what I do to study. Right now I'm doing active recall, so I just kind of write a topic I want to study it for, and this one's thyroid cancer, so I'm going to write, the malignant type of cancers of the thyroid that I remember. That is papillary, follicular, medullary, and anaplastic, and I'm just going to write down everything that I can remember from reading and doing my notes. And it's not going to be a lot. Like I think I read this chapter last week and I kind of forgot about it, so I'm just trying to study it for next week's quiz. And that's about all that I can remember for malignant thyroid cancers. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next thing, which is hypo and hyperthyroidism. I'm going to write down the hormone levels associated with that, as well as diseases and clinical symptoms. And I'm not looking back at my book while I'm doing this active recall. That's the whole point of it. I'm trying to write down everything that I remember. After I'm able to remember as much as I can, then I go back to my book and write down the things that I've missed. So now I look back at my book and I write down those things that I've missed and read. So for papillary, it has that lymphatic spread, and for follicular, it has that hematogenous spread, which is it spreads through the blood system. For follicular, it looks like an adenoma, but once it has that increased halo and hypervascular, it's more on the malignant side. For the medullary cancer, it is hereditary, and it is associated with those parafollicular cells that secrete calcitonin. Those clinical symptoms for anaplastic are pretty important because it's so large on the neck. And I did end up messing up the Mets to the liver and brain. It's actually Mets to the lymph nodes and the lung. I want to talk a little bit about TIRADS, which stands for Thyroid Imaging Reporting and Data System. So this is basically a system that doctors use to rank the suspicion of a nodule. So those images on the right were defined by a study as smooth borders, hypo or iso, and solid. Color Doppler showed that spokes-wheel pattern for both, which was highly associated with papillary carcinoma. In post-biopsy, these were diagnosed as papillary carcinoma, and these were considered TIRADS 4. Now, just like what I did with the thyroid cancers, I'm going to use that red pen and write down everything I forgot. And just write down those key points. For example, Hashimoto's is the most common form of hypothyroidism, and the bulging of the eyes, that medical term is called exophthalmos. And this is what I have been doing throughout my semester. I do active recall a lot, and it has helped me tremendously. So I encourage you to give it a try and let me know what you think.